What's up, guys, and welcome to another Q&A where I mostly answer questions about Telltale in general, mostly because that's what I've been getting, and hey, it is awesome. So if you guys do have other questions, put them down below in the comment box of this video, and this video only. And also, if you guys do want to use Twitter, be sure to use the hashtag #InfernoKun so I can go ahead and sort all the Twitter messages up to just my Q&A. And I'll have them right there and there. I can go ahead and go on Twitter and pick them out, as well as in the comment section of this video, and pick them out. So, answer questions only in this video or on Twitter using hashtag #InfernoKun. Anyways, sorry for not doing the Q&A in a long time. I was waiting to build my PC, and now that that's here, I played Borderlands the pre-sequel and I got off track, so now it's here. Anyways, question from iCreepin asking, if Clem dies, will you stop playing / talking about The Walking Dead? Clem is one of those characters that you actually get attached to a lot. After seeing her change from season 1 up to season 2, you're like, hey, this person means a lot to me, and I really love this character so much. That's how I feel. She is one thing that makes this game for me. Her character in general, just wanting to see how she evolves into a person, to see how she changes as a person, is something that I want to see. And to see her die would definitely do it in for me, I'm not saying I'm gonna stop playing and talking about it, probably it depends on how I take this thing, because I do like Clementine a lot. She's an awesome character, but I mean, to stop playing the game would be such a tough thing to commit to, because these games are so good. I can't do it. But anyways, I probably won't, but I probably will be very, very broken down if she dies. We'll have to see about that. But anyways, next question you ask is, also, did you not think much about Clem at the start of season 1? Clem is always like being a person that I want to protect, because obviously she's a little girl. She had nothing at the beginning, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna protect you. You are basically my partner right now. We partners right now, okay? So yeah, I did think much of her. I was like, I'll protect you. I'll be your quote unquote dad for now. And I did not ever, think of Clementine as being an annoying little girl. I thought that, hey, this girl has been here by herself. She has nothing at all. So yeah, I did think much of her. I never did not think much of her. I was like, hey, you are what I'm going to protect. And that's what I basically thought right now. So next question coming from Russian Bear asking, what are your cons and pros for Kenny and Jane? Good question. I'm gonna put a 1 because obviously I can go on all day talking about pros and cons for Kenny and Jane. But anyway, start with Kenny. His pros is that he is very protective. He will do anything to protect the people that he loves, and that is a huge pro on my side. His con is that he always wants things his way. He will, argue with you. No, he won't argue with you. He'll say, we're doing this and that's it. That's how he feels. That's a huge con for me. I don't like him taking control, and that's what I think. Now, can't leave Jane on the side here. Her pro is that she has great survival tactics. That's also a big plus for me, because surviving and different kind of tactics for surviving is kind of interesting to me, to see how many things you can do to get out of a situation, or how your mind is thinking at the point. So, and her con is that she doesn't have faith in people. Now, she had faith in Clementine. You're like, hey, you're not like everybody else, but everybody else is gonna die. I hate it when she's like, hey, everyone's gonna pull you down, okay? So just leave them while you got a chance. I don't like it when she's like, hey, little Key's alright, but gotta leave him. Or Kenny, he's broken, gotta leave him. But I hate it when she does that. But she does kind of make a point a little bit. But that is a huge negative, because what if you have some other group, she's like, and I don't trust these people. So definitely a huge con for me. I don't like how she has no faith in the group or anything else. But anyways, good question, Russian. Next one coming from TDM asking, what would your reaction be if Molly returned instead of Jane? Now, Molly and Jane, people say they are very similar. They pretty much are. Now, for me, Molly is a scavenger and Jane is a survivor. There are differences between that, for me at least. And Molly, I liked her, but she was a total smartass. I don't know how I'll feel if Molly came back. I would definitely be happy. as long as she isn't so smart and look all the time like she was in episode 4. But anyways, yeah, I would be sad Jane didn't come back, but definitely would be happy for Maul to come back too. Next one coming from you asking, what would you rate the first season of Game of Thrones? I'll definitely rate it about a 8.5 out of 10. And that season was just kind of building up the whole series, kind of introducing you to people that you will meet later on. And, you know, yeah, so definitely not the best season. It was kind of slow, kind of boring, but hey, season 3 is where it's at. I love season 3 and season 4 too. Great series. I recommend it if you're old enough. Anyways, the question you asked is, do you like your GG ass haircut?
Oh, nigga, don't hate me because I'm beautiful, nigga. Maybe if you got rid of that old yee ass haircut you got, you get some bitches on your dick.
You been playing too much GTA, bruh. Anyways, yeah, sure, why not? Anyways, the question you asked is, what are your thoughts of Kenny's ending being more emotional than Jane? Emotional endings are always great, and I do applaud Kenny for having such an emotional ending. Great ending. Jane was more like serious, more like, hey, you know, kind of like a happy ending, kind of. You know, like, got new people with you or nah. So, definitely, Kenny's ending being more emotional makes sense to me because he's an emotional guy. And Jane, if Jane was emotional, then it wouldn't really seem too realistic because she isn't really the emotional type. So, good question. Anyways, next question coming from Ratchet asking, do you think Nick's character had potential and they wasted it by killing him off screen? Personally, I say he didn't have any potential at all. I don't like Nick. I never did like Nick. He really just ended it all for me. I didn't like him at all. He ended up, you know, almost shooting Clem, locked her in a shed, wanted to he shot Matthew, he ran off at the river, and he caused Pete to die, and, you know, just like, why? I didn't like him. He was basically too rebellious for me, and, I mean, for people, if he would have, like, done something to redeem himself, would be counted as potential, then I guess so, maybe. But the off-screen death wasn't really fair. I gotta admit that. It was a bad death for him. It did not justify his character at all. You know, if he would have had better death, I would have been more respectful of him, but hey, I guess not. So, next question coming from Hoxton asking, did you randomly influence Telltale to do a choice between Kenny and Jane, knowing that you like Jane a lot and you're a Telltale fanboy? That's pretty funny. You know, people ask me that, like, hey, this choice was made just for Inferno, and I was like, damn, really? Like, you know, I wouldn't be so surprised because Telltale, they said that they were listening to fans, like, hey, everyone's wondering, is Jane gonna come back? They see on the forums, they're like, hey, we listen to you guys. So, definitely, people were wondering, like, if Jane was gonna come back at all, really influenced Telltale. It wasn't just me, it was the whole community. Everyone was like, will Jane come back? And basically Telltale listened to that. So, definitely was some influence, not from me only, but from the whole Telltale community. Anyways, next question coming from Dean asking, in Season 3, if Vince came back, what role would he play if he met up with Clementine? And I'll answer in a second, but anyways, if he met up with Clementine, now Vince, I wanted him to be kind of a leader of the group kind of person. I'm not sure if I want him to interact with Clementine because kind of a hard dude if you play as the badass Vince, if you say like, hey, I killed that dude. And yeah, I think he will be kind of like a leader, wouldn't really conversate much with Clementine, kind of how Kenny was in Season 1, but not too rebel, I don't know how to say it, but not too messed up. Not saying Kenny's messed up, but hey, not too wanting to go with a plan and no backup plan. So definitely would think that he would kind of be in his group and be a leader kind of person. A question coming from you asking, I'm guessing you're saying, does Nate remind you of Matthew McConaughey from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie? I haven't watched that movie. Wait, I probably have, but I haven't seen it in a long time, probably a few years ago. So I don't remember Matthew McConaughey that much, but depending on how his personality is, if he's crazy, then definitely Nate is fucking gorked, man. But anyways, next question coming from Jude asking, do you think you can play as Jane or Kenny in Season 3? That would be cool if you chose Kenny and you play as Kenny, or if you chose Jane, you play as Jane. But I don't see it happening really. It just doesn't seem too likely. I'm still betting my money on Clementine. Next question coming from Max asking, "Hi, what do you record with and how much was it?" Okay, so right now I'm trying to kind of testing out programs. Um, right now I'm trying out DX Story. It costs 3,500 yen. Don't worry, that's $35 in US money. So hey, it's worth it. It's a great recording software. Splits audio and it's amazing. So other one I use is Marilla's Action. It does the same, but not with, different tracks or anything. It keeps my FPS smooth and it's pretty good. So yeah, for back then from Let's Plays, I used Action. Now with Jane the PC right here, I'm using DX Story and Marilla's Action. So they are both about $30, so you can go ahead and check those out if you want to. Anyway, the question coming from this dude asking, will you play other games like on Xbox 360? That was the plan. I was planning on doing Xbox stuff, but hey, I was like, a capture card costs so much damn money, like a lot of money. And I was like, hey, why would I go ahead and buy a capture card to record on console? Then I have a PC, my laptop over here, I will still have that. But then it renders so slow. So then I was like, hey, why not get a gaming PC where I can game, record, edit, all that stuff. So hey, I thought I might as well go ahead and get a PC. So probably won't be doing Xbox stuff until I get the money to get a capture card, which is probably going to be a long ass time. I am planning on getting an Xbox One or PS4 down the road, so look forward to that in a couple of years. Anyways, next question from you asking, also, will you do every season of The Walking Dead? So yeah, definitely. I love this game. I love Telltale. I'm jumping aboard any game they do. I love them. I'm a fanboy of their games, and Walking Dead is the greatest. So definitely planning on playing every season up to season 10. Let's hope for season 10. Let's hope season 3 isn't the end. I don't want them to milk it, but I want them to make improvements each and every time. That would be great if that happens. So keep it up, Telltale. Next question coming from the Legion Mustache asking a Game of Thrones question. Robb Stark or Tyrion Lannister? Yeah, I gotta say Tyrion because I'm just gonna say Red Wedding. Yeah, that happened. Made me cry like forever. That was terrible. Not gonna spoil anything, but hey, Jesus Christ, that was awful. Anyways, next question coming from Creeper Crab asking, what books / games / movies / TV shows would you like to see made into Telltale games? Definitely a TV series, Breaking Bad. Who doesn't want to, mix some chemicals, press Q to press Q to mix the meth and everything else? Would love to see Breaking Bad as a Telltale game. You play as Walter White, and just amazing. I would see that very much. I don't know any other stuff. Probably BioShock. I don't know. So we'll definitely love to see either Breaking Bad or BioShock become a Telltale game. That'd be great. Next question coming from Raheem asking, who would win in a fight, Pete or Nick? I'm just gonna say, Pete's old and then Nick's young and then Pete. I'm not really sure. Because Pete, I'm not really sure if he could actually put up a fight because he couldn't really fend off a walker too well. So to be completely real, I'm gonna pick Nick because he's more fit, he's more young, so I'm gonna pick Nick. Even though I don't want him to, but anyways, Nick. This question coming from Destroyer BG asking, Inferno, do you think that season 3 Telltale would kill Kenny / Jane, and then you would have to find another group? My thoughts, my hopes are like, obviously, I feel that Kenny and Jane, whether you pick them or not, they're both gonna end up dying. Probably, I'm hoping not the Omi treatment, probably like halfway into the episode towards the end. Maybe into episode 2, they survive, so I'm really hoping for that. But new group, I hope that the 400 Days characters find Clem, really. I want them to show up so bad. Please, Telltale, bring back Vince, Wyatt, Shell, Becca, everyone, bring them back, okay? Next one coming from whatever your name is. What has been the most shocking scene in The Walking Dead season 2, or season 1 and season 2? Season 1 would definitely be the, at the end of Around Every Corner, when that dude who has Clementine, the stranger, he was like, if you want, wait, I don't know if I know. If you know what's best for you, you better choose your next word carefully. I was like, holy shit, this guy has Clementine. I gotta say what I gotta say, and then it cut off right then and there. And I was like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? So I definitely from season 1. Season 2 would definitely be Jane coming back and no going back. I was like so shocked to see her back at that shootout and kill that dude. That was so shocking to me. That's the most shocking thing. A bit more shocking than the whole Kenny reveal. I gotta say that myself, Anyways, next question coming from Christian asking, what do you think is gonna happen in season 3 of The Walking Dead? Now, in season 2, you were more of on the run, going from place to place to place. Season 1, you're kind of like, holding out, then you're like, hey, we gotta leave, and then you're going, and then you would meet this place. So, I think season 3 will kind of take more of a kind of survival type thing. That's what season 1 was. It was more about survival, and then it switched over to reaching a certain place to find the boat. Then season 2 was more running, surviving, running. So I think season 3 gonna be more focused on just surviving and do what you gotta do to survive and live. Probably having even more heartbreaking choices. Probably more disgusting choices, I think. So definitely hoping for that. Next question coming from Justin asking if there was a DLC showing that what happened to the rest of people at Carver's camp. How do you think it will affect season 3? Personally, I guess it could affect how who would come into season 3. If I don't know, how the personalities would be, how they would, bring up stuff in the past that happened from the camp from 400 days. So that's what I think. Another question you ask is, how do you feel about Telltale removing the ability to shoot Mike? And would you have shot him? I don't know why they removed that. That was a great scene to have. That would make it more of a hard choice for people, Just going with him and not going with him, that was too easy. Shoot him or not shoot him, that's a harder choice. And then I would have definitely shot him. You watch my playthrough, I wanted to shoot him so bad. I was like, get back, bro. I don't want to shoot you, but I'm going to shoot you. And I couldn't do it. I was sad. So I would definitely shoot him. Next question coming from Raheem again asking, who do you think will be in charge in season 2 of The Wolf Among Us if there is one? Tweedledee or Jersey? You know what, I'm looking more towards Tweedle because they have more influence, Jersey, he's a prick. But Tweedles, they are kind of a reasonable people. Could actually, they're like guns for hire, not really sure. So Jersey, he's a bit too reckless. But Tweedles, they keep their distance. They do some shady stuff, but hey, they can't actually pull off being in charge or something like that. Next question coming from Mag Squad. Nate asking, do you think The Walking Dead? Do you watch The Walking Dead show? I just started watching it. I'll watch it after I watch Legend of Korra. No, so that's right now. No, right now I'm on season 1 of episode 2. Yeah, I'm way behind. Anyway, second question: if you do, what's your favorite character? Glenn. Glenn forever. He's Asian. That is all. And the third one coming from you asking, who do you think would have a better plot if they were in the game longer? Matthew or Walter? Matthew wasn't like he was passive. He was a nice dude, but he was also taking precautions. He carried a gun and he wasn't too hesitant to shoot them if they had to. Walter's a bit nicer. He would kind of talk them into it, kind of force them, not force them, but kind of talk them into being passive or anything else. Matthew, I think he would, be more interesting. Walter, he's just too nice and he wouldn't really survive too long, but hey, I think Matthew could actually handle himself better than Matthew can. Wait, I think Matthew can handle himself better than Walter can, so definitely I would choose Matthew. Anyways, next question you ask is, who is better, Katja or Sarita? Katja, definitely. She was nicer, she was awesome, she was a doctor and everything else. Sarita had nothing going for her. She was just a random feel-good character for Kenny, and if I think about her. Anyways, last question coming from this herpy derp asking Inferno, how did you not notice that Jane clearly started the fight just to prove a point? Okay, so at that very point where she was like, at that moment, she was like, hey Clem, stay out of it. I didn't know what the hell was going on. But after the whole fighting and everything, I got what she said, I got what she meant, and she proved a point by starting that fight. And I did notice that right after the moment that she actually did it, but it did take me, well, Kenny dying to actually notice her trying to prove a point. So yeah, I did notice that I'm not blindly going into her. And yeah, she did ask for it. She did ask for the fight, and she fought, and she either prevailed or she died. So I did notice that she tried to prove a point, and I did not just blindly go into it. I knew what I was doing. Kenny was being unreasonable, and that's what I was thinking. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, leave a thumbs up. If you guys do have questions, refer to what I said in the beginning and put them down in this video and this video only. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm out.